No, I don't like Uber Eats at all. So I wouldn't. I think Uber Eats is a really annoying app. I mentioned this on my demo of Just Eat. What I like about Just Eat is that where the takeaways have their own drivers, then the takeaway will deliver the food. With things like Uber Eats, certainly in the past, and Deliveroo as well to a certain extent, I've had a situation where the takeaway will accept the order, but there's no driver. Whereas on Just Eat, if it's something like a McDonald's or a Greggs, then fine, they use a Just Eat driver. But if it's your regular local takeaway, then they'll just transmit it through to the takeaway, and the takeaway driver will deliver it. So uh, Uber Eats and Deliveroo don't seem to do that to quite the same extent. So Just Eat is my default. And here is my demo of Just Eat.
There are obviously many different takeaway apps available, or takeout apps, as you'd say in North America, and Just Eat is one of the three main ones that we have here in the UK. The other two big ones being Uber Eats and Deliveroo. I like Just Eat because where takeaways have their own delivery drivers, Just Eat tends to let the takeaway deliver the food. So you don't get a slightly odd situation you can get on Uber Eats or Deliveroo sometimes, where the restaurant's prepared to make your food, but then all of a sudden Uber Eats and Deliveroo can't find a driver in their network. If the takeaway doesn't have any drivers, then they won't accept the order. Just Eat will use its own drivers if they have restaurants on there that don't have their own delivery drivers, like McDonald's, say, or some of the higher end restaurants which have made their way onto takeaway apps since lockdowns. It's quite a good development, that. Um, the higher end restaurants, once not being able to accept customers, they would find their way onto takeaway apps, and despite having reopened to the public, many of them are still there. So if I load up Just Eat on a Saturday night, I will have over 400 places willing to deliver to my postal code, which is quite a lot. They are not all high-end restaurants, I must emphasise. I'm recording this on Saturday morning. It's the 11th of December, so we won't have very many restaurants open, but I'm going to show you a little bit about the app. We won't do all of it. And then I'm going to show you how to order something, a more complex item where you're required to make choices about what you want the item to contain, just to show you at the more complex end of Just Eat. So let's fire up the app.
Witherspoon, Just Eat.
Right, I'll turn that up a little bit.
Witherspoon, Just Eat.
Here we go.
Just Eat. Home. Search restaurants. W14ATE. Best match. Double tap to activate.
So it's my zip code. Let's just have a look at the bottom of the screen here.
Search restaurants. Restaurant logo. Search restaurants. Restaurant logo.
Oh, so it's done it's already on my screen. So I'm gonna back up so we can look at the main home screen.
Just Eat. Open navigation drawer button. Double navigation bar. Unlabeled. Text. Unlabeled. Text.
We have some unlabeled buttons at the bottom. I'm gonna open the navigation drawer. That's in the top left where you'd expect it.
Menu. Edward Green. Ticked. Find restaurants. Your orders. For you. Notification preferences. Help. How are we doing? Log out.
So there we are. We want find restaurants. I'm going to back out of here.
Just Eat. Your favorites. Oriental. Open navigate. Use GPS to populate search button.
So I just swiped right for the navigation button. I could use a GPS. It had my postcode in, so I'm going to hit the search button here. And that search button is in the top right of the screen.
Search restaurants. W14 navigate up button.
So there we are. We're on the screen we started on now. This is the search results screen. Let's just have a look.
Refine. Sort. Tap here to activate dish search. Search for a dish or restaurant. Double tap to activate.
So that's quite helpful. The obvious use case is you would use it to find a particular restaurant you wanted. What I like about this, though, is that you can use it to search for a dish. So in the summertime, we quite like cold noodles. Now, not every Chinese or Pan-Asian restaurant will sell cold noodles. So all I would have to do is fire this up, type in cold noodles, and if it were evening time, it would search across those 400 and odd restaurants and tell me which ones had cold noodles, if any. There's normally about one or two, so not everywhere does it, as I say.
Top cuisine image. Low delivery fee. And list. Double tap to activate.
So here we have different categories of cuisine or indeed restaurants. So if I was bothered about low delivery fee, I could do that.
Top cuisine image. Your favorites. Top cuisine image. Breakfast. Top cuisine image. Sandwiches. Top cuisine image. Chinese. Top cuisine image. Noodles. See more cuisines. See more.
And if we wanted to sort these, we could go into more cuisine, and there's a lot in here, and there's a lot of overlap as well. So most countries, even countries that you wouldn't typically associate with restaurants, will have an entry in here. And if you selected them, you would hear the restaurants associated with that cuisine style or country. If we tapped on some of the highlighted ones, so if I tapped on Chinese, it would show what was available under that category. Not a lot in Chinese, I suspect, would be open now, but let's see.
142 open restaurants.
Wow.
480.
We've got 142 open restaurants, and it's 10:09 in the morning. Wowzers. All of these, well, the vast majority of those would deliver as well. So 149 open restaurants at 10:09.
Promoted. Restaurant logo. Krispy Kreme. Hammersmith. Desserts American Festive Faves. Delivery from 99 pence. No minimum order. 0.7 miles. 15-30 minutes. 28. 25% off all orders over 20 pounds. 2 of 480. Double tap to
It's saying 480 because at the bottom of my 149 open restaurants, it'll list all the closed ones, tell you when they're open, and will sometimes let you pre-order so you can catch the first delivery. That obviously is Krispy Kreme. It told you where it was, roughly speaking, told you how far it was away, the estimated delivery time, and various other bits of information that you might want.
Restaurant logo. L10. Brompton Road. Breakfast lunch low delivery fee. Delivery from 99. Restaurant logo. Grill Eat. Chicken pizza collect stamps. Delivery 2 pounds and 49 pence minimum.
Wow, you can get pizza at 10:09. That's good.
Restaurant logo. Love Walk Cafe. Breakfast lunch your favorites. Delivery from 99 pence. No minimum order. 0.9 miles. 35-50 minutes. 49. 10% off when you spend 25 pounds. 5 of 480. Double tap to activate.
So Love Walk Cafe, I know, has a complex menu item. When I say complex, I mean you have to make a choice about the item. So I'm going to double tap on here and go in.
Restaurant menu. Just Eat. Navigate up. Button. Out. Love Walk Cafe. Restaurant logo. Image. Restaurant info. Button. Double tap to activate.
So I could tap here, go find out some stuff about the restaurant, see where it was, maybe find their number if I wanted to go pick it up, say. I don't want to do that particularly. Now, what's going to happen when we flick through this, or we could slide our finger, whichever way you want to do it, at the top, it will appear to announce a menu category like sandwiches, and it will announce one item. What it's actually doing is pulling out popular items from various categories at the very top. The main menu categories where you would go in to actually make a choice of sandwiches will be towards the bottom. Let me show you what I mean. We'll carry on. I'll just swipe for ease.
Love Walk Cafe. Breakfast lunch. View 49 reviews. Delivers in 35-50 minutes. 4.84 out of 6 stars. Button. I want to collect. 99 pence - 2 pounds and 40. Delivery fee. Unlabeled. Button. If you or someone you're ordering for has a food allergy or intolerance, tap here. Search for a dish. Breakfast. Breakfast sandwiches - 2 fillings. Popular 5 pounds. And list.
So there you go. Breakfast sandwiches, 2 fillings, £5. If I double tap this, it would only let me pick 2 fillings. It wouldn't show me the other breakfast items. I'll show you what I mean again.
Ciabatta sandwiches. Tuna milk toasted ciabatta sandwich. Popular 6 pounds.
So ciabatta sandwiches, tuna melt ciabatta. If I double tap this, it won't show me ciabatta sandwiches. All it will let me do is order a tuna melt. So I'm going to touch towards the bottom of my screen.
Ciabatta sandwiches. Tuna milk toasted ciabatta sandwich. Popular 6 pounds. Breakfast. Classic omelet. Popular 8 pounds. Ciabatta sandwich.
I'm going to have to scroll it because it's not. Oh, there we go.
Berry pancakes. Nutella pancakes.
Now we are in the menu. I did a scroll because actually the ciabatta and the omelette were the popular items per category were taking up most of the screen. So I just did a 2-finger flick up. I'm gonna swipe us or touch near the top.
Ciabatta sandwiches. Mozzarella toasted ciabatta sandwich. Tuna milk toasted ciabatta sandwich. Cambria caramelized onion ciabatta sandwich. Falafel toasted ciabatta sandwich.
So you'll see we're in the proper menu now. There might actually be more than 4 menu items under the category, or there may not, but it will read you the first few once you're in the proper menu, and that'll tell you that you've made the menu rather than just landed in the popular items.
Sourdough sandwiches. Chicken toasted sourdough sandwich. Goat's cheese toasted sourdough sandwich. Chicken club toasted
I don't really want any of those.
ham and cheese toasted sourdough sandwich.
I'm going to go find the breakfast sandwiches, and I'm going to pick the 3-filling one.
Then on the side, egg. Pancakes, American breakfast, berry pancakes, breakfast, granola, cold drinks, Coke, milkshakes, smoothies, breakfast, full English breakfast, popular 9 pounds.
Oh, maybe the breakfast sandwiches are further down. Maybe they're past the ciabattas.
Pancakes, bit on the sourdough, ciabatta, wraps, jacket potato, salads, burgers, hot drinks, cup of tea, squeezed juice.
Oh, it might even be in the breakfast bit. Let's go into the main breakfast.
Bit on the side, pancakes, breakfast, granola, toast, feta avo on toast, chili avo toast, happy vegan.
Let's go into breakfast, see if we can find the sandwiches.
Breakfast, search. If you or someone near granola, delicious granola topped with yogurt, very competent fresh berries, 6 pounds, and list.
Sounds absolutely disgusting. I'm not ordering that.
Toast, sourdough toast or gluten-free toast. Served with peanut butter or jam or honey or marmite, 3 pounds.
How lazy do you have to be to order toast on a takeaway app?
Feta avo on toast, smashed avocado on toast topped with
Feta
cherry
avocado,
tomato,
that sounds
cheese,
disgusting
chili
too.
avo toast, happy vegan. Full English breakfast, fried free-range egg, smoked free-range bacon, free-range Lincolnshire pork sausage, grilled tomato, pesto spinach mushrooms, baked beans, hash brown, served on sourdough toast, 9 pounds and 50.
Yeah, that sounds moderately more sensible. If we forget the pesto spinach mushrooms.
Veggie breakfast, cheesy sweet potato, chili cheesy, eggs on toast, scrambled egg, classic omelet, breakfast sandwiches, from 4 pounds.
Breakfast sandwiches, here's what we want. I thought they were a category on their own, but they're not. They're a category of breakfast. So let's see what we've got in breakfast sandwiches.
Choose one. Required. 1 filling, 4 pounds. 2 fillings, 5 pounds. 3 fillings, 6 pounds.
So I'm going to go into 3 fillings.
Choose one. Required. Baguette. Sourdough bread. Choose 3. Sourdough bread.
So we'll choose sourdough bread.
Baguette. Sourdough bread.
Now it won't indicate to us that that is selected, which is a bit of a problem. Well, it could be a problem, but to be honest, you've double tapped it. Just take its word, or take your talkback knowledge as good and accept the fact that it's selected. Now,
choose 3.
Here are our fillings.
Bacon, cheese, egg, mushroom, onion, sausage.
So if I choose sausage,
delete menu item sausage, button tomato. Delete menu item sausage, button, 1, sausage, onion, 1, sausage.
So if I wanted to, let's say, have 3 fillings of sausage, I think I just double tap this one.
Delete 2, sausage.
And it's increased the quantity. So I now have 2 portions of sausage in my 3-filling sandwich.
Delete 3, sausage.
Now I've got 3 portions of sausage. I could hit delete to take it back down to sausage.
Onion, mushroom, egg, cheese.
Let's add some cheese.
Delete 1. Delete menu item cheese.
So it's marginally more helpful than it is when you're selecting the bread in this instance. So it will indicate that we have 1 cheese,
mushroom, onion,
2 sausage. Now,
navigation bar, 6 pounds. Add to order button.
The add to order button is near the bottom right, where you'd expect. I know everything's been selected properly, so one of those, that bread choice did take. If it didn't, this add to order button would be disabled.
Just Eat. Breakfast sandwiches. 1, 6 pounds. Ready to check out. Out of list. Double tap.
So let's see if it will let me check this out. And the checkout button again is sort of towards the bottom in the middle.
Navigate up. Button. Your order. You're all set. If you or someone your order. Delivery. Collection. 1. Breakfast sandwiches.
It is set to delivery.
Bread, cheese, 2 eggs, sausage, and list.
And you'll see it's confirmed there. I did select sourdough bread, which is what I double tap. So it will confirm once you've added it to your basket. And if for some reason it didn't quite do what you wanted, then you could go back and change it. That go to checkout button is in the bottom right.
Checkout confirm details. ASAP.
I do
Double
want it
tap to
ASAP.
activate. Checkout. Confirm delivery details. Your details, e.g. Edward. Green. Flat plus 4 drop down menu. Leave a drop down menu. ASAP. Leave a note for the restaurant with anything they need to know, e.g. the doorbell doesn't work. Do not include details about any allergies.
So a note for the restaurant. So one of the things that they do here, and I happen to know this, is that they toast the bread. So I could potentially leave a note here which says, don't toast the bread. Do you just check what the instructions say? Because sometimes this is a delivery note field rather than a food notes field. It can sort of vary that. So worth just bearing that in mind.
E.g. the doorbell doesn't work. How would you like to pay? Not ticked. PayPal. Not ticked. Google Pay.
So I'll go Google Pay.
Ticked. Not ticked. Buy with Google Pay. Not ticked. Cash or card.
So I can pay cash as well on this, which is quite good. Not all of them will let you pay cash.
Buy with Google Pay.
So I'll buy with Google Pay.
Navigate up. Button. Loading. Please wait. Google Payments. Finished loading. Payment details. Google Pay. Image. For green one. Master. Pay Just Eat. £8.49.
So it was £6, £8.49 because £2.49 delivery.
Open basket dialog. Pay button. Double tap.
So this is a little bit misleading. You'll see right in a minute. It's going to say pay.
Navigate up. Pay button.
So if I were to double click this, and I'm not actually going to do it because I think it might potentially. No, I will. I'll double tap it.
Pay. System UI. Tap to cancel. Unlock. Tap to cancel authentication.
No, I'm gonna. It does look like it will take the payment if I do this, but and I don't actually want the sandwich. But when I double tap pay here, you're then taken to a confirmation screen when you do have to confirm it again. I got caught out once on Just Eat. I thought that because I'd hit the pay button, I assumed, and it said confirm, and I assumed it was a confirmation screen, and it wasn't. It was a wanting me to confirm screen, and I sat there thinking, why hasn't my food arrived? And then I fired up Just Eat to discover there was actually a final step and I had to put it through. So, relatively simple app, some good features. Once you have paid, by the way, it will send you notifications along the lines of whether or not your order's been accepted. You also get an email about that, and you will get notifications that your driver is on the way as well. So, that's all I think it's worth showing. There were other things in the menu, as you will have heard when we went into that, but that is how you essentially order an item on Just Eat.
Great, Ed. You know what I really like about these things, though, most especially for those of us who are blind, comparing it to what it used to be back then, you're alone and you don't have a way of getting to where you could, get that hot meal or whatever, you're lazy on a lazy day and you're not able to cook or whatever. And you could just kick back and have someone bring that choice meal that you want. And so I'm actually happy that we have the ability to do something like this. And it's a beautiful thing. Just imagine, you have someone on a date and you decide to maybe just dine in. And so instead of you cooking, someone else does that while you kick back and play whatever games you want to play.
What I really like about these apps as well is that we can read all of the menu ourselves. And we can take as long as we want to do that. If it's a new restaurant you're trying and you want to see all the different options. Whereas, for example, if in the past you were phoning, say, your local Chinese takeaway or something, they're not going to have time to read you all of the menu,
Actually not on the phone.
No,
Yeah,
exactly. So it's really lovely to be able to do that. And also sometimes I've been to restaurants with a friend, and I've actually used the Deliveroo menu just to know what I wanted in those restaurants so that I could read it myself. Now, sometimes they don't always do exactly the same choices on Deliveroo and on the menu in the restaurant, but usually it's pretty similar. And that's really helpful for independence,
Yeah, no, definitely.
And you don't have to be trying to take pictures of menus and missing half of the page accidentally or not having the camera at the right angle or all that kind of thing.
Yeah, certainly for takeaway orders, it's much more accurate and much better. Like you don't need the numbers. You just put it through.
And you can see which places are open now and which ones aren't, and things like that. And it's very good. And also how many stars people have given the place. I mean, you wouldn't want to order from a place where everyone just gave it 1 or 2 stars, would you?
I want to show you something. I told you this would be true on the Just Eat demo, but I want to prove to you that it is. I'm going to show you how many takeaways will deliver to my house right now.
Or are you just showing
Ready?
off?
Top cuisine image. See more cuisines. See more.
Ready?
Double tap to activate. 418 open restaurants. 1 of 429. And list 429 items.
Oh, you're just showing off, Ed.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
418 restaurants will deliver to my house right now. Warren, how
So
many will
you-
deliver to your house?
you
Is
help
it
me in-
zero?
you-
Is it
you-
zero?
oh,
Is
oh,
it zero?
Let me say something.
Is
You
it? Is it naught?
Oh,
No,
children.
hang on. You have a friend,
Let's go
and
again.
then that friend turns around and kicks you in the tummy. That's not fun. That's not good. It's no
Well,
bueno,
The
there
man.
are worse than that.
I'm gonna go the ghoulies.
I wish I had 2 that would make delivery here. That would be absolutely beautiful. It kind of
Well, I've
just
got
makes me jealous.
418. So
Wow.
just
Wow. You choose the best out of all of that.